Hey everyone, welcome to the Primetime Podcast. What's up, Matt?
Not much, man. How are you?
I'm doing great. Ready for the last shoot of indoor season, but we will get to that. How do you think that ASA went?
I watched a little bit of it. Watched some highlights. My buddy Brady won Open Pro, which was pretty cool.
Whoop whoop.
I was pretty happy for that.
I was too.
I watched that. That was pretty cool. And Glenny got in, which I was really happy to see. And then,
Yep, Glenn Boardwell was doing very,
yeah.
very well.
Olivia Dean made the cut too, so I was happy to see that. And then,
Yep,
uh,
she was
new
shooting
buddy,
pretty
I
good.
guess. Yeah, and then Lawson that made it to fight. I still don't know how to pronounce his last name. Um,
I think it's
Viet,
Viet. I think
Viet,
that's what Darren Christianberry said um in the commentary. I think it was
because
Viet, but
I think
I could be wrong.
he ended up going in fifth, and then ended up podiuming. So it was pretty good shoot off.
Oh yeah,
So
a lot of great
all that,
names out there.
yeah, and a couple surprise names too, but we'll get into that as we go through the classes and stuff.
Oh yeah.
But what
So the
what do you think? Anything you like particularly, or
from what I got to see just a little bit, I got to watch Women's Known Pro, Grayson Fletcher. She shot very, very well. She went through and just was smoking them. I did not get to see anything other than that one and a little bit of Women's Known Pro. Olivia Dean was shooting very well. So was Paige Pierce. Um, but Grayson Fletcher obviously came out on top. She was smoking them bonus rings. She looked really, really solid from what I watched. And then I was able to watch pretty much everything of Open Pro, and the freaking dude Brady Myers just went on a smoke show.
Mhm.
Like
I think it went
it was,
12s.
yes,
With that, yeah,
he went 4 12s in a row, and then he went with a solid 10 for the win, which
yeah,
he was already in a spot where he just had to hit an 8 to win.
yeah.
So congratulations to him. He shot phenomenal. But all the other guys, I'm not gonna say they didn't shoot good. They all shot great because obviously they made the top five. They made the
Yeah.
top cut. So you know, you win some, you lose some. I know that very well. But
I think we
at the
all do.
same point in time,
We,
all of them shot very, very well. It's just, whether they were just off on their numbers a little bit, but it was good to see Glenn Boardwell as well in that shoot off as well. He did very, very well. I love how I just said well like 5 times in a one single sentence, but
hey man, we do archery here, not English. All right, you're good.
I know it's funny though. Um, so yeah, I only got to watch pretty much that. Joseph Goza looked really, really solid as well.
How
Um,
old is
Dan
he?
Dan McCarthy. Um, I want to say I know he's in his 40s, but I would have to say mid 40s.
Because he is like, I'd said it on like the solo pod I did. He has always been a guy that, so he shot fingers for a lot of years, which is where I think that grip comes from that he has. I
Mm-hmm.
think I could be wrong, but I
The
know he,
more the more central
yeah,
grip.
and I think he did shoot fingers for a lot of years, and then obviously fingers went away. Um, and then he ended up shooting pro and unknown and all that. He's made the stage at Lancaster before and all that. So he can do it all. Um,
Yes, he can.
yeah, but
Indoors, outdoors,
he
everything.
is so consistent. Like even years where like he's kind of not at the top of his game, he's still in the mix. He's like
Mhm.
just out of that top five. And so far, two shoots in a row, I think he finished a podium, no, just off the podium. Um,
Well,
so
he
he won the
won
last one. He won
he
the
won the
first
one.
one, and then
Yep.
he's just off the podium this one. So still a good
Yep,
shot.
just off the podium.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
and then he won one last year, or two of them last year. So
I think he won. Yeah, I was gonna say I think he won two last year. He was
yeah,
on fire last year
yeah,
because I thought they were back to back. If I wasn't if
No.
I'm not mistaken. But maybe there was one at the beginning of the season, and then like mid-season
Yeah.
he had another one.
Think of
I
that. All
can't.
those taxes you got to pay.
You're not wrong.
We don't have to
Um,
worry about that.
right.
Not yet, at least. Not
Uh, yeah, not yet. Vegas,
yet. Right. We'll talk about that.
Um,
Talk about that later.
yeah, oh yeah, no, we're gonna get to that. But senior known pro Lynn Hope shot very well. He came out with the win on top of that. Senior pro, open pro, I should say, Ryan Jeffries. I was super stoked to see his name on the top and him winning. It's been a long time coming for him. He's been shooting great. So shout out to him. He shot very, very well. And I was very, very happy to see him on top of the podium. And then we moved on to women's known pro. Grayson Fletcher shot phenomenal through the whole shoot down. Just smoke showing every single bonus ring she could get her hands on. And came out with the win on top of Paige Pierce, Sarah Preels. Um, and we had Olivia Dean in that one as well. So she is on a roll.
And I'll say this, Annabelle Moore, man, she kind
Annabelle
of
Moore, she is not a sleeper
came out
whatsoever.
of nowhere. Like I had never heard of her before. I think her first one was 2 years ago that she made. Then she was kind of quiet last year. I think she made one last year. All of a sudden,
Mhm.
two of them in a row. Her dad shoots senior pro. Um, so all of a sudden, the Moors are on the map. So
I got to talk with her, I think, last USAT season. I talked with her a little bit in Missouri at USA Target Nationals. Um, and she is one of the nicest people on archery. She's very sweet, uh, down to earth, great shooter. And I don't particularly know what she shot then, but at USAT, but she does it all. She does indoor, outdoor, um, target, and then she's obviously doing a really good showing on the
yeah,
ASA circuit as well. So congratulations to her for making, because she did win an ASA last year,
yeah,
and then she just made this one, which this is
yeah.
only number 2 of the season. So she is one to watch again for sure. And then women's open pro, we have Cara Kelly. I did not get to. I don't know. I don't know what she did.
Could be
Ended
wrong. I
up
did.
last year or last one. I don't know what she did
I'll
last
take a
one.
look. As you go through the rest of them, I'll take a look.
Okay. So and then we got women's open pro, Cara Kelly, like I said, local Michigan pro. Woohoo! She has been on the stage countless, countless times. One of the greatest women in the sport to talk to. Her and her husband Jason and their 2 little boys, um, up here in Michigan, especially with her dad. They run the ASA. He runs the ASA Michigan State, um, as the tournament organizer, I want to say, and also the president up here, or rep, I should say. I don't know the complete titles because I've been out of ASA for a while, but
But he's
great
coming back,
family,
folks.
and we'll see. We'll see. But great to see her on top of the podium. I don't know. Do you got the list right there of who was in for Women's Open Pro?
Yeah, we have this is from fifth up. Um Kaylee Pettifer. What was her former name? Johnson, right?
Johnson. Yep.
Yeah. And then Sharon Wallace, Lauren Carter got third. We have Emily McCarthy in second, and then Cara Kelly first.
Emily Carthy is another good one that's been on the podium countless times. Same thing with Sharon Wallace. Those ladies know how to pound. And it's good to see them being able to be on that podium with Cara and everything. Good showing for Matthews, I would say. This
Matthews always has a good showing at ASA, man.
I wonder it's because they almost every 3D guy or gal shoots Matthews.
I have a little take about that. I'll get into that in a few minutes.
Oh, you do? All right.
I do. I'll get into that.
Um, but then we already talked about Open Pro. Brady Myers. Won't have to touch on that one very much after that, but that is a full lineup of pretty much
Mhm.
who won and who was kind of in it that we were kind of watching
Yeah,
or
there
what
were
we
a few
could
things.
watch.
There were a few
So
things I had noticed. Some
yeah, let's
equipment
get
stuff.
into that.
Well, Emily McCarthy, well, the McCarthys in general, are totally away from their V bars, just doing front
Yep.
to back, which is kind of interesting because they've been running V bars solely the past like 2 to 4 years. It seems
Yeah.
like so they're totally away from it. Um, then I know Jimmy Lutz and Curtis Broadnax also made known pro. They're both Carbon Express guys
Yep.
now. Carbon Express getting back on the scene. Um, and then Douglas got second, Perkins first, Lawson Veit uh, third, and then see for senior pro we had Tony Taz a second, Jack Wallace third. Good for him. I like seeing Jack Wallace.
I do
Joe
too.
Truslow, who I think's a new name, and then Jeff Hopkins in fifth. Uh, Senior known pro Lynn Hoke at first. We got Rodney Greathouse in second. Randy Morocco in third. Tim Gillingham in fourth. That's my guy. And then we got Kelly Weathersby in fifth, who's a fellow PA boy. And then the other names, and you already went over the women's pro. And then the only other thing, really, equipment wise, was Grayson was shooting an old Stratos, which I thought was kind of interesting. Don't know if she's having issues setting up the concept, whether it be ATA or bow feel or whatever. Because I know she shot some really stellar rounds with that Stratos. She had shot the highest overall female round at Lancaster a few years ago with the Stratos with like a 656 or something like that. So like I know she shoots that, and she's shooting that same exact one. So I know she shoots that bow really well. So I was kind of surprised to see her with that. Um, but yeah, and then other than that, not
Yeah,
a whole lot.
she really hasn't gotten one of the new concepts
Yeah.
I've noticed. I don't know if she's got one to play with or
Mm,
she just prefers that Stratus. I mean, that
yeah.
Stratus shooting good for her. I wouldn't change.
The only other thing, I want to give props to Zach Hill. I'd never heard of him before. I'd never seen
Neither have
him,
I.
and he killed it, man. He was. I think I don't know what he went in as. I'll check real quick. He
I
went
think he
in.
went in as
He
third or
went.
fourth.
He went in qualifying. Oh, it was a five-way tie at 422. So
Yeah, yeah. Well,
that,
it was bonus rings
yeah, yeah. But
separated him. So
yeah,
where he was at is
yeah.
determined on
The
his bonus rings.
total score, five-way tie. But he was towards the bottom of 22s. And he crushed it, man. He was leading for like two or three target span, and then he really just had two tens like held him back. And Brady was just 12 minute or no tomorrow. So and then his
Yeah, in
final
open
aerial,
pro you can't shoot.
yeah.
You can't shoot tens. You gotta shoot
Well, you
12s.
you really can't do that for anything now. So maybe I'm not gonna call out a class. I'll pass. Uh, I'm not saying what I was gonna say.
Be nice, Matt. Be nice,
I am.
Matt.
I am. I'm gonna be nice. Yeah, no, but no, man, he's shot great. His form like is awesome. I like watching his shot style. He shoots a button, but he's like a really aggressive shot. Like he really like gets back at it, which is really cool to see. Um,
He's pulling through that shot,
yeah,
man.
none of those like loser puncher guys. Sorry. Sorry,
What you trying to say, man?
I
Come
forgot you.
on.
I forgot you were on the call.
Say
My
it
bad.
with your chest,
I
man.
forgot
Come
you were
on.
on the call. My bad. But
Ah,
no, it was cool,
I
man.
see how it is.
Yeah, no, it was cool, man. It was cool to see. It was a good shoot off. It was exciting. Like Glenn shot a five, followed up with 14, right back in the hunt. He went from first to fifth, back into second.
Hmm.
Um, I think Zach and Brady were the only guys to not go below 10 in the
Isn't it
five
cool?
areas. So, and
Yeah,
then
something like
even
that. But
those,
isn't it cool when you got the swings that you can have in open
Mhm.
pro. Like I love watching that. Like what you just said. Glenn was like second, and then he went down to fifth, and then he came right back. You
Yeah.
know, it's kind of cool to see that.
But even Goza, man, Goza went from I think he was like tied third or tied second with Glenny or Brady at one point. All of a sudden he's in fifth. He shot like an 8 or a 5. And then he smokes one dead center on a 50-yard black bear to get back into third place. I'm like, okay. And the frame of it is just so funny. He has I forget his name, something Reed. You probably know him. Elite guy, shoots three
Reed,
three. He used to shoot Hoyt. He made a shoot down before. Brian Reed, I think his name.
Orion Reed.
Yeah,
It sounds familiar.
yeah. He used to shoot Bowtech, but he was holding his umbrella, and it's funny. I guess he was telling him maybe not to shoot it at the 14, and goes and did anyway. So he shoots it, and he hits it. He goes, "I told you I would hit it." The camera
That's
got
awesome.
it, and the camera
Well,
got him saying
he
that.
center punched that
Oh,
14. Like
it was
I
insane.
watched that.
It was insane. I was
The
like, "Wow,
camera
that was
panned, and
punch."
they're
Yeah,
like, "Oh, I think I get." I think it was Darren Christianberry and PJ Riley were doing the commentary, and they were like, "Oh, I think he got it," and then
yeah,
the camera pans, and he just donutted that thing, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I think he got it." So
yeah,
I was like, I was pretty stoked for Joseph.
yeah.
He shot really, really well, and
Yeah.
he's been doing well.
Yeah,
So winning the
I like
last
seeing him
one,
shoot well. Since like the old Bow Junkie days, like 2015 till whenever Cam really took over, he was always like in the mix, always on top,
mm-hmm.
like top three, top four guys. And he kind of fell off like a really short period of time, and then went right back on top. And it's funny because he kind of always changes bows too. You know, like he went from Matthews for a long time to
Mm-hmm.
PSE, then he went to like Obsession for a year or two, and then he went to
He was
Dartmouth,
darting.
and then he went
Mm-hmm.
to uh
Now he's elite.
but he went back to Matthews and he went to Elite. So
Yep.
he swapped around a bunch and he competed well with all of them. So like, it's cool to see that. I like seeing that. It's just different, you know. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I like seeing him do well. Dan really only had two arrows. They got him. He needed two 14s.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't need two. He needed the one. He missed low, and then he needed that next one to make up, and he shot 2 8s because of it. So that
Yeah.
guaranteed him fifth. So that's what the game is, and there's not really much you can do about it. And then known pro, I don't know what happened to Curtis Broadnax, but the
I don't
game,
know.
nothing. No,
He
I didn't
looked
watch it.
solid, but
I didn't
it
watch it.
just
I don't watch known pro, so I'm not like dissing them, but like known pro, you can't not hit 12s, you know,
no,
and you
no.
can't shoot 8s or 5s. I don't know if he did or not, or if he was like 10s or whatever.
I don't know. I didn't get to see that one, and he's a great guy. I shot with him at
Oh
indoor
yeah, he's an
nationals,
awesome guy, but
and
you can't
I don't know.
you can't
It
miss.
seems like he gets on a roll, and then it kind of dips a little bit back, a little bit, and
Mm.
then I don't know. I didn't get to talk to him much. Haven't caught up with him very much. So I don't know if he's working on equipment stuff, him switching over to Carbon Express. I don't know if he's just trying to get used to these new arrows, get some time behind it.
Yeah,
But he's been shooting pretty solid. So I would have to say Curtis Broadnax is one to be watching for the rest of the season. You
yeah, it's
know,
weird. Like just like the course of time, you look at. I don't remember the prime guy, Kentucky boy, went to Union College. Um, what was his name?
prime guy
Yeah, he shot for Prime. He
in Kentucky.
Yep, he was Kentucky guy. He went to Union College. It was a couple years ago. He ended up winning Foley, and he had done a podcast with Cam. And I know for a fact I'll end up remembering his name like right after this podcast. But he ended up doing a podcast with Cam with PJ, and he says, "Oh yeah, I really play the game. I do a lot of course management when I shoot." And I'm sitting there, I'm like, "How the hell do you do course management nowadays?" So you can't. Your course management is don't miss
Yeah,
12. Like
you can't, but you still have to have course management.
your
And
only course management is upper and lowers. It's not. I'm gonna pass on this target at 50 yards. It's
it's
upper
see
lower. You can't
the
shoot it.
game has changed. True. Yes. 100%. The game has changed. Even when I was shooting ASA, it was you can't miss. Like what you were just saying, you can't miss a 12. So the course management has changed to the point to where when you get up to a target, you're figuring out just like what you said, am I going to go for that upper or am I going to go for that lower? But some guys are stuffing that upper and some guys are stuffing that lower. Which one are you going to go with? But also, a lot of people don't realize with the course management as well as like, am I going to let it fall in or am I going to let it raise up? Am I going to do it soft or am I going to shoot gun for it, like
Yeah,
shoot it hard or soft? So it's like, am I going to add that clicks to let it rise up into the bottom of the upper, or am I going to let it fall down just to lay on top of the arrows? So it's kind of the course management used to be like what you said is okay. This is a max. I'm gonna just talking like known pro. I'm gonna stand up there and go, oh, it's a 50-yard coyote. Hmm. Okay, small target, not a lot of room. I'm gonna add a couple, and I'm gonna aim center, and I'm gonna let it fall into the upper,
yeah,
just so I stay on the top side. So if I do drop, I'm still hanging 10.
yeah,
Because once I call upper, obviously the lower is out of play.
yeah,
Um, then if you get to like a 40, 45 yarder deer, you're like, oh, I'm gunning for that. Or some guys are going to do the same thing. It's like, oh, well, I'm going to lay it on top of the lower. So the game has changed where before you could walk up to a target and it's like, okay, I'm going to just aim center on this one.
yeah,
Um, I for open pro, whether it is male or female, they're gonna do pretty much the same thing. They're gonna say, okay, where am I aiming on this target? This is my number, but like, am I gunning for it? Am I confident, or am I gonna aim center? And hopefully, it drops in or go up.
yeah,
But those guys and gals in open pro pretty much have that range finder programmed into their brains. So like they're outstanding to watch with that. But yeah, course management is just like what you said. I fully agree. Is not the same. You cannot miss.
yeah.
If you miss a 12 or in the shoot off you miss a 14, you're pretty much out of it.
And it's weird.
Um,
I don't know how they set this course up because the high was a 44, and the last
I
one
don't
was
know.
the last one was like a 60, and you're only doing 50 yards.
From the pictures and everything that I've seen on Facebook from them the whole week, um, like setting the courses and everything like that, it kind of looked like they have been using more of the terrain, using more of the shadows, using more of the foliage to their
Yeah,
advantage of setting up a harder course. Um, which obviously they did move known pro back to 50, so that's another thing that they kind of have to make things a little bit more difficult with that. But yes, 44, I don't know what they were doing. I think they were playing my head games with the shadows
yeah,
and the way the sun and stuff were going, shooting through trees. Because I remember 2 years ago we had to shoot through a V. That was like you're standing back there and you're like, oh man, I only have like this big of a gap to shoot.
yeah,
But when you got down there, it was like, a
yeah,
foot
yeah,
wide, to kind of mess with you a little bit and stuff like that. So definitely changes the game on course management of what you're kind of trying to go out and accomplish.
Yeah,
Which, when anybody goes out on a 3D course, the ultimate goal is to shoot a clean round. So, and by clean round, I mean all 12s. Um, that's the ultimate goal. Um, but yeah, no, I don't know what they did that made it so difficult, but I will say, um, didn't like that taste, did you?
dude, this one. All right, I'm a big sparkling water fan now, and I'm also a cheap bastard also. So I got this Wegmans brand sparkling water, and it's mixed berry, and it is the most rancid taste ever had in my life. It's a 12 pack for 450. You can't pass it up.
Sorry, guys, but I
It's
had
bad.
right when he took a sip and he was like, "Ugh," I had to point that out. And you're still drinking it.
I'm thirsty. It's rough. It's rough.
But anyway,
It feels like a
um,
shot. It feels like that. That's how
it
like
feels like a shot. Okay.
it's that bad. It's that bad. It's,
No, jeez, a
whew.
shot of Jameson.
As soon as I took a sip, my cheeks just went straight up. Like it was like,
Oh,
oh,
I know. I watched it. That's why I had to point it out.
oh,
But anyway,
boy.
back to topic. Don't
Oh,
buy that brand unless you
no, it's bad.
want
Don't
a
do
deal, I guess.
get
But
in
yeah,
trouble.
no, the ASA
Bubbly.
look
That's
bubbly.
great. Yes, we'll happily
No,
take a sponsorship.
no, I like ice sparkling water.
I like those too.
That's
We'll take
that's
two.
mine.
We'll take two sponsorships.
That's true. Anyway, sorry guys, side topic. But yeah, I think the ASA went really well. They ran it pretty well. I like how they brought the cameras at the targets back. I didn't really see them do that last tournament. I don't know if they were just having technical issues or if it had something to do with people complaining that the calls were bad. But the thing about it is, the people calling behind the screen, you're only seeing what the camera sees. Like you're
Yeah,
not right at the target with the tournament director. Um, I forget his name, but he's the one calling the targets, and he's been doing this for so many years. He's seeing that target right there. That's just my 2 cents in it, but it was good to see them bring that back so we could kind of see what happened to the arrow, what they were looking at, kind of like just a gist
yeah,
to say, I guess. So I was pretty happy to see that back. The commentary, love hearing Darren, loving hearing PJ, two of the best guys in archery as well. We have a lot of great people in archery, and it's really great to have PJ just with the commentary. I wish I would see Darren in the shoot offs. I love talking to him at every tournament. Um, always shakes my hand and always makes me just feel welcome at every single tournament I go to.
yeah,
Great dude. I'd love to see him in more shoot offs, but it's kind of hard to not say I look forward to hearing him in the
yeah,
commentary booth. So, but yeah, I think it ran pretty smooth. We can talk about like the running of it. I think the shoot off went pretty well. I didn't hear any bad stories from any sources from um, the ranges or anything. I think they said that the ranges were ran pretty
yeah,
well and everything went smoothly. I didn't hear, just kind of going through everything. I didn't hear any emergencies. No, uh, nothing going on with that. Um, but yeah, I think it went pretty well. What
yeah.
about you, Matt?
I thought it was fine. I still wish they would be able to keep known pro at 55 at least because I
This guy.
do. I know. I have two things. If you're going to shorten it, make an arrow change because if you use like a there was a study I saw where like if you watch, excitement is like definitely down in my opinion. At least like it might be a personal thing 'cause I grew up watching Unknown, but it seems more exciting when you watch Unknown to Known, just because you kind of know the guys are going to hit him at this point.
Right.
In my opinion. So if you make it where it's like you can only shoot at 23 and it's 55 yards at least, then
That's what
okay,
I was gonna say.
then
Is
okay,
like
you're
restricted
not
to
you're not
23s.
guaranteeing them a 14. Obviously, not all of them are going to do that, but you're pretty like Kyle Douglas is most likely going to hit every single 14 he needs. 99 times out of 100, he'll hit the one that he needs. So, like, just make some type of change to do it. And I was talking about it for NFA internationals as well, just making the same case for Vegas. So I'm consistent about it across the board. Um, that's what I would say. Um, and for Vegas, it was just for when they're in the inside out thing. But for internationals, inside out, same arrow, blah blah blah. But um, I think that's the only gripe I have with that. Um, and I don't know. I haven't heard much if they're looking into new locations. I feel like in North Carolina would be kind of
They
cool.
are.
Like I've heard a
They're
little bit.
always.
I spoke to Josh Grine a while ago. He said they're kind of looking at new places to mix it up. If it were me, I think a North Carolina would be cool because you kind of keep it in that south area, but you also can get more northeast guys too. So you get like a different variety of guys. I'm also trying to make it easier for me to go to one, but not the point. Uh, but
I
it's
mean,
still like you get like you're also pulling in that IBO audience, and there kind of is like that line where IBO and ASA kind of made that where they don't intersect. Um, but it'd be kind of cool if you were able to if they were able to do like a because North Carolina is a big 3D state, like North and South Carolina, are big 3D areas. So
yeah,
if you could pull one of those, that'd be kind of cool. Because like it used to be Texas, and I think they replaced Texas with Louisiana, which like okay, cool.
yes.
I don't want to drive or fly to Louisiana. Um,
I miss
and
Texas. I really
the
wish they
Texas
didn't get rid
was
of it.
the Superman one, right? Superman
No,
statue.
that's Metropolis, bud.
That's it. All right, that's it. My bad. I'm not an ASA.
Wow.
I'm not an ASA guy. Okay, I'm not an ASA
All
guy.
right, guys. What we need to do is we need to get a bunch of comic books about Superman and send them to Matt because
I know.
he obviously does not know DC.
I'm a Marvel guy. Sue me. It's all right. Iron Man.
Man, Iron Man. All right.
Damn right, dude. Iron Man, Spider Man. Screw the rest of them.
um,
No,
but yeah, I miss Paris, Texas. I
Texas
really
was
do.
cool. I feel like a decent place would be like Missouri, kind of. Missouri, or maybe if you were to dabble with in Iowa, something like that.
Yeah. I
Something that's
mean,
not like so far off, but you can kind of manage, you know.
yeah, and oh, the years I shot, they've always been looking for um new
Tennessee, please.
venues.
Tennessee. Give me
I was
something.
actually just about ready to say that
Give me
is they
something Nashville.
honestly Tennessee would be pretty fun. And
Give me something near Nashville.
I'm sure there's a I don't want to say conservation club or something like that. Stop drinking that.
I'm so thirsty. It's so bad though.
Then go get a regular glass of water.
I
But
think
anyway,
because
Tennessee would be a really,
Tennessee,
really good.
and it's also
Um,
the state is kind of built for the property they would want. There's areas where it's like super hilly and stuff, but ASA I think is typically more of like a flatter type of 3D format. It's not IBO at least to state it that way, where it is very hilly and like they do it at like ski lodges. There's there's area.
You don't like shooting hills, or
No,
you
I
do?
do. No, I do. But I'm saying that like AS like the ASA's image wise, a lot of them tend to be more on like a flatter where they get more depth perception is where the issues lie. And how they either like angle or set the targets. Um, IBO, the issues are visually and angles. I like the angles. I think they're fun, but um, Tennessee there are areas where it can get a little bit flatter, which would make it work. So
Hmm.
get it near Nashville. That's all I ask. If they do it, that's all I
That'd be
ask.
fun.
Last time I went to Nashville, I was 19. I'm not 19 anymore.
You know, you could have went to Nashville just a couple weeks ago, but ah, you know,
Sorry. I don't know. I don't really
I'm
know.
just giving you crap, dude.
I don't really know why I'm saying that. I got into every single bar that we went to because I had a beard at the time, and my sister, who was like 23 at the time, didn't get into a single place. So I was chilling.
That's
Oh,
awesome.
not the point.
I'm sure every time you go to Vegas, they're like, "Sir, need some ID."
I only got ID'd once at Vegas.
Really? I got
Yeah,
ID'd quite a few times,
I only
but
got ID'd once.
I didn't go to Vegas until obviously after I was 21. So,
Yeah, I was walking around with a buddy of mine, and we got like one drink at one night, and then I ended up having like a heart to heart with one bartender for some reason, and then it was really weird. Out of nowhere.
dang, she must have been a looker.
No, it was a guy.
Oh,
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 I
oh,
missed it.
oh.
No, it was like the bar manager or whatever, and he like complimented my drink choice because I was an old fashioned guy, and
Oh, this guy. Come
he
on,
was
man.
yeah no he was from like originally from like Wyoming or something like that, and he was like yeah it's a badass rancher drink or whatever. It's like thanks, I'm from New Jersey.
Thanks, I am not anywhere close to any of that.
I was like yeah I'm not near any of that, and then yeah then we started talking about life, and then next thing I know yeah. Like 45 minutes later, we're having a heart to heart life conversation. So, yeah,
It's awesome.
yeah, it was a good time. That was like my second year in Vegas. So yeah, it's
Yeah,
good.
and it's sad that you're skipping this year.
Dude,
Don't
if
even.
it okay, all right. I guess this could be our segue to Vegas. If it wasn't so damn expensive, all right, I'll say it that way. Um, I
It's only
love
expensive if you make it expensive. Come on.
I give all the props in the world to all the people that run it and everything. But there's no way you can't tell me that there's not a single way to figure out a way to try and help bring down costs there, at least at the hotel, the main hotel. Even if you're like, okay, we'll increase entry fees like a little bit extra, but because like I think of it this way, if you're able to just decrease like food costs, for example, a little bit for like that week, that weekend, whatever, and then just increase entry fees a little bit, you can kind of make it up for the venue itself. Um, and when they look at the check, it's like, oh, okay, we technically didn't spend as much, even though on the entry fee you spent the same amount at the end of the week. Um, it's just a lot of money. I think the year I went, I went. It was last year. The new venue was first year. Um,
2024.
yeah. No, 25 was the first time they changed. And,
Well, yes, but your
yeah.
last year that you went because you didn't go last year, did
Yeah.
you?
Yeah.
Okay, so 20 foot, so 25.
Yeah.
I didn't get to go last year. This year I will be
Did you use your?
like in.
Oh,
Well, yeah,
now I'm
I
the
will be in
loser.
full swing. Yeah, I'll be in full swing of the new venue and type stuff.
It's just
So
too much money. If I plan on going next year, I would probably do like an Airbnb I'd probably do that rather than a hotel. Um,
Well, and if we're gonna talk about costs and everything like that, it's expensive because you got your entry fee on top of that. And in the
yes.
pro class, like we had to pay it's it's common knowledge.
Like
I'm not
seven
hiding
hundred.
anything. It's like $665 with the 10K a day um add on because
Mm,
it's 10K a day is separate, which in my opinion, this is just my opinion, is that you shouldn't have to pay an extra thing for the 10K a day.
I
You
agree.
shouldn't. You should not. It should be included with your entry fee for the pro class,
Mm,
because I believe that it's only for the pro class. Like it's an only option for the pro class, classes I should say, because women's pro and um, men's pro. Yeah, Matt has his own opinions on that one, which
I have,
we can get into that.
I have a lot of damn
But
opinions on that, and I'll get really angry about it.
no, we can you can talk about it and you can just be nice about it. We talked about it off the pod. So he's got some good points. He just needs to reel in his emotions a little bit and we'll be all right.
Well, let me
But
write it in my
anyway.
journal.
But anyways, that's my only opinion because it would be not so much cheaper, but it's $50 less.
Yeah.
So literally, I would have only had to pay 615, I
Is it wait?
think.
So is it technically 50 per each of them? So 100, or is it 50 over?
No,
Okay.
no, 50 overall. So it's $50 that you wouldn't have to pay. Me, like I know you're not getting $10,000 from the $50 that everybody signs up because there's not
Yeah.
that many of us in the pro classes.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry. I think it's just an extra add-on unless somebody shows me the paperwork where it pays for something else, then I'll understand more. But at the same point in time, I don't see the reasoning on charging another charge for the
Yeah.
10K a day when you're already costing us $615,
Mm-hmm.
for our pro class fee, which we get a whole lot of things included in that. We get VIP practice, we get a head start on everybody, we get all that stuff for it. So it comes with some perks. Um, Now, getting back on the topic is if, and I had to actually tell this to a guy today, was if I was not shooting archery and I just wanted to go to Vegas, it'd be cheap as crap. I would be able to go for like less than $800, legitly. Like you can find the cheap flight out there. You can find a hotel that's not super bougie, but doesn't cost an arm and a leg, and you can still do the attractions and stuff. So doing archery, then you have a flight because I'm flying from Michigan, and then your hotel costs. It's roughly right at I'm already over 1,300. I'm about 1,400 with just entry fee and flight, and then or sorry, entry fee and hotel. And then if I add the flight on top of that, I'm at already spending 2 grand before I even get out there. So yes, money is a big issue with that. And I don't know what they could do. Honestly, they already discount the hotels a lot. I would say they get us some really, really good rates at the hotels. So I can't really say that they need to give us more on the hotel. Maybe give us more vouchers for food, like what Matt was saying. Um, but my take on that as well with food, there's stores. And I'm not going to lie to you, there's been 2 years to where my friends and I that I've stayed with have gone to the store, bought food, brought it back to our room, and literally went back and made sandwiches and we didn't buy the $15 sandwich, bag of chips, and drink at anything. So there's ways to get around it with
Mm-hmm.
that. But yes, I give us more vouchers for food, or like um, we go to the shoot and we get a lunch for free or something like that. It's like pair up with the hotels or the businesses inside the hotels and saying like, "Hey, we have this many archers coming and they're going to be coming to you, you know, this potentially could be a really good money thing, you know, for you guys in a good avenue for revenue. But like, what kind of discounts can you do for our people? Because you have this many people coming,
Because like for
type
me,
deal."
like I'll view it for the standpoint of Chicago with internationals. If they had advertised well enough that they had a full transportation system throughout the entire city, which I never knew. I found out after the fact. They had a full bus transportation system they set up strictly for NFA purposes. That they were going to go throughout the entire city to pick people up from where they were and bring them to the venue if they weren't at the place itself. I would have gone, but I never knew, so I'm not going to go. Um, So if they were to do something like that, I'm not saying they have to. Obviously, but don't listen to me. I'm a bum amateur archer. Um, but um,
Your opinion still matters.
but like if you were to do something like that, or even if it's like one or whatever, that is maybe because all the
Kind of
places
like a
out.
shuttle type thing.
No, not shuttle. Like if it's like something where it's like I like a voucher, or if it's a shuttle, if you're like staying away um, from the Vegas venues or something like that. But like if it's a voucher, say you get a voucher each day, right? Where it's like a free lunch. You realize like there was a family that my dad met. It was him, and he had like five daughters that he ended up bringing to shoot, and his wife. That is a ton of money for a week now that it moved to the strip.
Yep.
If you're to do that, you're gonna have more families like that more inclined to come because they can it's like, oh, okay, we don't have to, we can still go do some fun stuff. You don't have to like go crazy for breakfast anyway, but you can kind of save a little at lunch, obviously, because it's a free voucher. Then okay, we can spend at night a little bit. So the area is getting money. The hotel and the NFAA is getting money because they're getting more families like that to come. So something like that, if you work that out, just an idea. I think that would work. Obviously,
Same.
there's certain ways you'd have to organize that and all that. Um, Figure out stuff with allergies. Like I have certain allergies. I can't consume certain food products. So like certain stuff like that, you'd have to figure out. But like at the end of the day, like if you were to do that, I would have been more inclined to go because I'm saving money, but you're also getting an additional $400 from me on a registration fee, hotel room, food costs in the morning, at night, whatever else. You're getting that additional money anyway. But
Yeah.
you're you're cutting out the okay, we're coughing up. I don't know if you do maybe $30 for a lunch, 20 bucks for a lunch. Not that much in the grand scheme of
Yeah, for a
things.
single person, mind
For a
you.
single
For
person,
those
yeah.
of you that have not been out to Vegas or anything like that, the average cost per person for each meal is like $30 a meal if you get it from something else. For,
But you just have to do a
at the venue.
registration. You have to do a registration. You can't just do like like, oh, we're gonna have a fuck ton of shit. You have to do a registration for the voucher by a month prior or something. This way
Yeah,
they
something
go
like
right.
that.
No, like zero late registration for it. You know what I mean? Like, or do it
Mhm.
with your registration. Um, but you can't do it with like a late registration
like
fee.
like
So
even if they tacked on like here's a thought, instead of charging for the 10K a day, why don't you charge for the vouchers? Like you get a
yeah,
full book of vouchers for food, drinks, whatever you want to throw in there for that $50
yeah.
or say 150.
Yeah.
If you want the book of vouchers for, and they list what's in there,
Yeah.
You know, you spend the extra 150. I would.
Yeah.
I'd spend the extra 150 because guess what? We usually eat 3 meals a day.
Yeah.
That's $90 a day to be out at Vegas.
Yeah.
And if you're out there like me, I'm going to be out there Thursday through Monday. Now, I'm flying in Thursday, but I got Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. $90 a day, that's what, 180 plus 90. It's over $200
Yeah.
worth of food for the weekend.
Yeah.
That's insane. When
Fun.
I just bought like a month's worth of groceries for 250 back home,
Yeah.
which is still outrageous, but
Yeah.
just to kind of apples to oranges type deal, it's
And
it's kind of insane on
it
the
also
prices of
comes
things.
across when I'm not gonna say names when you and it wasn't like recent, but you see like other people say like, oh, like if you don't like it, then don't go. Well, it's also kind of tone deaf because when you see the state of the world today and you see gas going over $4, like it's over $4 by me right now. You also got to be like kind of like, okay, well, let's be realistic here. Times are tough. Offer something to help. Like obviously they're going there, so the people that are going have the money, but not all the people going have all the money in the world to go. They're going to be pretty strict with going. So try and offer a little something with at least like how the times are right now.
Right. Cost
Um,
of living, cost of groceries, cost of food,
gas.
drink,
Okay.
gas, flights.
It's just
It's
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 insane.
not cheap.
So offer a
It's
little, give a little to get extra, in my opinion. But
right. But
um,
no, I'm, off that. It's expensive, but if you want to make the trip, make the trip. It's a great experience. It's
yeah,
great fun.
I still say do it at least once. It is fun experience doing it
Right.
like right at the strip at South Point. I liked it a lot. Um, but
I miss South Point.
this experience is definitely really cool. Being right at the strip, you can actually like go out and do stuff rather than getting like a car having to drive all over because it's not like far off the strip, but it's a decent drive, I guess. 25 minutes or so, I think. Um,
Uh,
I
what's
forget. I think
that?
like South Point to the main strip. I think it's like 20 minutes.
No, it was like 14.
Oh, yeah, it's okay, same
It's
difference.
like 14, 15 minutes. So it
But
wasn't too.
but still,
Now Fremont was the farther one. That one I think
yeah,
was about 20 something minutes to
but yeah,
Fremont Street.
but still, like if you walk outside South Point, there was like nothing there. There was like a sushi place and a McDonald's, and that was basically it.
There
But
was a barbecue place down the road.
yeah, other than that,
Yep.
it wasn't a whole lot. But now it's like just
No.
everything. So it is fun.
Right.
I do recommend going at least once. So
Yeah. We're not trying to deter anybody from going to Vegas, but just so you know it kind of what you're getting into. it's 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 actually kind of expensive. It's pretty expensive for some. I'm fortunate enough to have the avenues I have to help me get there. So it's I still have to pay my full way, so it's coming out of my own pocket. But getting deals on equipment and stuff like that with being sponsored is a definite plus to help cut costs on certain things. This is my first year, like I said, going out there with the move from South Point, I should say. So it's going to be a learning curve because over in South Point, we were able to, because we were off the strip, we were able to walk around with our equipment, not locked up, not in a case or anything like that. And I actually had to remember this rule because I would have been the first one to break it. Is that traveling to and from, you have to have the bow in a case. So it's going to be tedious of having to, which I believe they have bow storage right there next to
Yeah,
locate each location. So
yeah,
you can literally go in there, put your bow together or leave your bow together, whichever you prefer, and just walk right into the shooting hall, I believe. If I'm not mistaken, I only glanced at the map like maybe twice. Shows you how prepared I am. But that will be a learning curve because I don't like leaving my stuff in bow storage just because I've had some bad experiences in the past of things getting knocked over, people thinking it's their case, they open it up and then, something moves. Um, so I'm gonna have to just grin and bear it, I guess, is what I'll have to say for utilizing the bow storage so I'm not having to take my bow apart
yeah.
every single time. Um, unless one of my sponsors allows me to leave my bow set up at one of their booths or something. But we'll see how that plans out. I'm excited to be on the strip because I walk out. I can literally walk to um, pretty much anywhere. Um, and I'm taking a buddy of mine that's never been out there, so kind of showing him around will be pretty cool as well. So um, I'm pretty excited to see pretty much everything. And I hear this theater that everybody was shooting in last year was huge and pretty cool. So I'm excited to see that as well. Hopefully from the
The
stage,
the
but
finals theater,
huh?
the finals theater.
Yeah, the finals theater. Sorry.
Uh,
Yeah.
I
I just want to go in there and look at it because I think they have it open just for people just
yeah.
to look at it, before the shoot
Um,
off and everything. So I'm excited to see how that is, as well as just being out. I know it's nothing fancy. I just me, I'm a
I think
typical
just for me,
person of just wanting to see
for
things.
me, from like an audience perspective, you can't beat the old stadium. You
No,
can't. And I
no,
think what killed it, like going from the old stadium to this like auditorium, is having to run two lines. That's what
yes,
killed it because it's not the same vibe,
no,
and that really killed the mood, in my opinion. Because it was like what's going on. Also, it had to do with the whole Inside Out thing because the announcers didn't know what they were really saying, and they were telling the crowd like, okay, what ends? What are we doing? What end are we going to start this on? Um, and the announcers were like, "Oh yeah, it looks inside out to me," and then they're like, No, it's out. You're wrong." So it was kind of weird. But not even that, but like, and it only lasts. It like didn't last too long, but the A line B line thing was definitely kind of it was just a tempo thing, kind of weird. Like I view it this way: like when Douglas won, for example, his first time with PSC, he got off that line right away and started pumping his fists, like a lot of guys would typically do. Um, if you were to do that, one, you don't have that much space behind you, or else
nope,
you'd fall off the stage.
yep,
Oh, and you you can't get off the stage at all. You have to wait the entire 2 minutes. If you get all your shots off in 30 seconds, you got to wait a minute and a half. Not saying
yep.
anyone can, but it's just kind of a weird way to do it. And obviously, like, there's not a better way to do it because you can't expand the stage. But that was the only thing I had. And then they have like assigned seats too, people in the audience. Kind of, if you ask me. Um,
Well, also they have entrance fee as well, don't they?
yes, yes.
Like in that,
It's like $35.
yeah, in my opinion, that needs to go away. That needs to go away. That's the
Well, the reasoning. Well,
that,
they're also doing a fee for you to go to the vendor area.
Huh?
Bruce Cole did an interview with Bojungie, and it was like a fee for you to enter the event and for the vendor area. But then there's also a fee for you to go to the finals.
If you're not an archer?
Anyone,
Or like,
had to pay a fee to go watch the finals.
well, I know that to watch the finals, you had to pay for the.
But if you're a spectator, you would have to
I'm,
go and pay to go watch, and then go see vendors.
why is there a fee for just to go to the
The
vendor show?
the reasoning was that if you go to anything else, then you typically have to pay a fee, so they should too. Which like I kind of like I understand to an extent, but that's when it comes into the whole thing with money.
That is insane. I didn't know that. I did not know that. I'll be completely
Because
honest with you. That needs to go away.
but same
That's
with well, like for finals, in my opinion, if you shoot it, if you're shooting the event, you shouldn't have to pay for it. I don't know why you'd have to pay for it.
I see. I just paid to shoot. I just paid like $665 to shoot this event, and I don't know if it's for. I don't know if it's for everybody to go in there. I think Matt's looking up what's
Yeah, I'm
gonna
looking up to
be.
make sure.
Um, but I don't know about the vendor thing. That
Uh,
shocks me. That's kind of insane. But
so if you're a competitor, this says you're registered as a competitor. You don't pay extra for the finals. Um, I was told otherwise, but you don't. But if you're a spectator, then it is a $20 fee and includes access to the trade show and finals. Um, so you're getting everything at least, which is nice, I guess. You know,
so if you're a
still.
competitor, you don't have to pay anything. But
No,
if
which
you
I thought that's
are a
what it was.
spectator, so
So
moms,
if I were to fly
dads,
if I were to
yeah.
fly out to watch you, right, I would have to spend $20 to go watch everything in the finals. But for you, say you didn't make it and wanted to watch finals, you can just go.
Yeah. I in my
My bad.
opinion, this is
Did I,
how
that
you make
sounds like
archery unpopular is it's been free to watch for years, and then it now they're just tagging on all these fees.
well, that's the
And
thing with like the Archery Plus. I don't get the Archery Plus because you can't
I
watch
don't get
Vegas
the
anymore.
Archery Plus either. But here's the thing with Archery Plus though. If you had if you signed up for it and got the correct code, you got to watch it for free. So they did technically give it to you for free, but Archery Plus was recording it and was doing all the commentary and stuff for it. So you were able to watch it for free last year. But in my opinion, why are we going to Archery Plus when Cam has been doing it and doing a
Yeah,
phenomenal job with it?
yeah,
And it's on YouTube. Anybody can watch it.
yeah.
Why? Why? And I don't know if it's a money grab. I don't know if it's because this is technically a World Archery event and they want NFA wants World Archery to be in a bigger part of it in this, but if it wasn't broke, why fix it?
Well, then if that's the case, do Archery Plus for the World Archery Finals, and then YouTube Cam for the Vegas Finals, because the Vegas Finals is separate from the World Archery event.
Well, and that's what they used to do is they had the Archery Plus, but also Cam was also doing that
Yes.
as well. But I agree. Why not? If you want to watch the World Archery Finals and stuff like that, yeah, let Archery Plus take over.
what
Let World
got me
Archery do their own
got
thing.
a young me in archery was seeing the Curtis Broadnacks of my age and TJ Strakowski's a fellow PA kid of them going head to head, both shooting 899s in Vegas in youth in 2016. Seeing that, seeing Sergio win it as a lucky dog, seeing that gets guys into it. Seeing Chance win it 3 times, seeing Whiffler win it, seeing stuff like that. You gain
Yeah,
people by posting it out there. I don't see Archery Plus posting Lancaster. Lancaster controls their content is through Cam, kind of the same thing, but still separate. Um,
right.
that's how they do I don't know why you would go away from that because if you want to grow the sport, stop tacking prices on everyone. I loved watching World Archery stuff. I'm not gonna watch a 6 minute highlight. It's stupid. I want to watch the
Right.
full. I want to get all the commentary. It's like minute stuff. You learn minute things in between ends too. So
Yeah, and I don't understand, where they have complaints about archery attendance and stuff, and then they keep on doing all these fees.
yeah.
You're just gonna push more people out.
Mhm.
And until you got the select few that have to go to these tournaments because they want the shooter of the year, they want um, to be crown champion, or they're a pro and they're required per contract. So I don't know what this is going to do. I don't know the numbers, but I know a lot of people that said they went last year and they will not be returning
Yeah.
because of the cost and all these extra fees.
Like I know
So,
like when you and I had talked like the USAT V, like not really like ASA in general, but 3D when it comes to costing. But even with that, you can go to both of those, spend realistically not a crazy ton of money, and you can at least watch it afterwards too.
right,
You
exactly.
know, you don't get screwed out of it and you can't watch it. Because also, I kind of like watching the commentary. Like for me, like with baseball, I love baseball. I enjoy listening to the commentary just as much as go watching it live. So, because it's like you get a different atmosphere with watching it um, from like a remote setting, getting the kind of like the play by play almost. There's a different atmosphere to it. So, I don't know why they don't um, open it up more. Because like last year they did just a clip of Bodie and Gerard going at it for the Inside Out. I'm like, just post the entire thing, the whole shoot, or something like that. I
Right.
don't. Like, they might have afterwards, but I know
Well,
first
Archery
time.
Plus, they just do like a highlight and they'll post the highlight for free, but then you got to go to Archery Plus and then you have to buy
Yeah,
it to watch it.
yeah,
And I I don't agree with that. I think archery should be right on YouTube, right on Facebook, able to be watched worldwide, not to be, not to be taxed.
yeah,
Why tax the people that are like going to these tournaments and spending their money to
yeah.
compete? It's like they're giving everything they can to the organizations and to support the tournament,
Mhm.
and now you're just going to add more fees onto it. That doesn't
Yep.
make sense to me. But I don't want to beat a dead horse with that, but those are kind of our opinions um on costing and stuff like that. So I mean, I'll leave it up to everybody else too. If you guys have, drop a comment about when we post this video and watch the video. Tell us your experience out in Vegas, or tell us kind of what your opinions are, and maybe we can touch back on that um, as like a Vegas recap type thing as well. I'd like to see other people's opinions as well, Not even just the pro archers. Like I would love feedback from all amateurs, all
My
archers that are
people,
going out.
my
Yes.
people, my amateurs, come on.
um, but yeah, please comment, message us, with opinions and stuff like that, at the Primetime Podcast, and just give us your opinions and your kind of thoughts on where, not particularly this shoot's going, but like any other experiences that you have as well with this type of context. But yeah, finishing up on Vegas, I'd have to say, you know, are you ready, Matt? Even though you're not going, are you ready to shoot it?
Oh, totally. I'm ready for it. I'm doing a Vegas in a day on Sunday.
Ooh,
So, guy Rob Delfonso that runs at Ram Archery. He does Vegas in a day, so you shoot all 90 in one day. So it gets a pretty good draw. He has like 30 guys doing it or something like that. Decent money. So
all
I'll be
right,
doing
I see
that
you.
on Sunday. So, you
It's the
know,
900, right?
yeah, I'm still doing my Vegas rounds. I'm still doing my Vegas. I'm
Is it
excited.
this Sunday or next Sunday?
Next Sunday. I got states tomorrow. And then yeah, that's pretty much it. Then after that, indoors is over. And finishing up my 3D build, and then outdoor build. Always setting that up, and then that's pretty much it. I gotta say, I need your input. You mentioned it earlier. I'm gonna be level headed with this. It's for my amateur people. I don't know why they don't do it. I'm not gonna get in the other one, even though I could really quickly. There's no reason why they don't open up 10K a day to amateurs. And I will say it. I will say it. It is so effing retarded that they don't do it.
Whoa, hey now, watch the language
I
now.
know, I know, I know, I know, but it's just one of those things. You want to reward the best, you have to. And if not for nothing, if it's a buy-in, then let everyone buy in at that point. Because it's not like okay, if you shoot 300, you're guaranteed a spot. You have to pay for it to get in. Like it's different. So if you have to pay to get in, then okay, I'll pay to get in if I shoot 300 as an amateur. Okay, cool. Even if I have to pay an extra $100, I'll do it at that point. But at least give them the opportunity to do it because there's a lot of guys that first day that shoot 300s. There's not a lot of 900s, but there's a lot of guys the first day or two that shoot 300s and 600. So give them the opportunity to do it. And realistically, it's like I don't know, 10ish guys maybe that are going to be at like 600 between 2 days. So give them a chance to get in there.
Well,
Will they do
and
it? I
I
don't know.
agree.
Like, not
I
for nothing.
agree.
It's a money grab at this point, so you're just getting more money. So,
Yeah, I mean, make them still pay the 20, not the 20, the $50 10K a day registration
and it's not
on
it's
top
not
of
a
the
it's not
registration.
a pro card event either. Like it's not like Vegas doesn't count as a pro card thing.
No, no,
So
it's not a pro
okay,
card
then
thing.
what's the issue? It's not a Lancaster. It's not an NFA Internationals. It's not I don't think it's not like a Reading. It's not a Field Nationals. It's not any of these. So let it.
Non-sanctioned. It's a non-NFA sanctioned shoot. NFA just
Exactly.
runs it.
It's like a USAT event. It's just an open. It's a senior. It's a male senior class. Let them in there, buddy. Like, there's no reason they shouldn't be allowed it. Even if you make
Yeah,
it $100 entry, you know what I mean? Which I think would also be stupid as hell. But at least let them in.
if we pros have to pay 50, why would we make amateurs pay more? You
No, I
know?
agree. I agree. Trust me, I
Yeah,
agree. But if you're gonna
yeah.
do it, because they're flighted, not pro,
It
okay, then
doesn't.
they're on a different line. Which not
Right. If
saying,
they tried to do that, I would be looking at them going, that's stupid. No.
but it's not for
Why
nothing.
would you make why would you make the amateurs? Because let's be honest, archery wouldn't be anywhere or any place like Vegas still if it wasn't for the amateur archer.
You better
Like the
you
amateur
better
class
value that.
is way bigger than the pro class.
You better
Like there
start
are more
valuing.
amateurs that go to a tournament than the pros.
Oh, I
If
know.
there was only pros going to the tournaments, archery would have died a long time, long time ago.
No, I know. Like
So
you're
that's
about
my
to
opinion.
you're
I
about to
would
make me
say
get in my other topic now because of it.
no.
You're
We're gonna
making
be
that.
nice today. We're gonna
No,
be
no,
nice today.
I am nice. I'm not gonna get heated
I know.
about it.
I'm just saying we gotta be nice today. But no, I agree. I if you shoot if you shoot to 300, you should be able to shoot in the 10K a day.
All right, well,
Like
on that case, now we're
so,
agreeing. Anyone that shoots a 900,
we agreed before.
I know, but I'm just stating it for the people.
Okay, all right.
Anybody that shoots a 900 should be in that shoot off. And I think I made a fair case of the whole entry thing, which not for nothing, by the way. You'll notice it when you go. It's going to be 10 times harder for an amateur to shoot 900 than a pro because of the lighting. Because the lighting for amateurs sucks. It is by far the worst lighting, and it's been this way forever, like
Yeah,
forever.
that's why I laughed at it. I was like, dude, the ballrooms suck.
Like, dude, it is the worst lighting I've ever shot in my life. Like the stage at the classic, by far the best lighting, by the way. No matter what anyone tells you, fantastic lighting. But the new Vegas venue for flights, terrible, like worst ever that they've done. Um, I shoot a ring and I couldn't see the target. It's a ring. You're meant to look at your target. Okay, that's how bad it was. Not the point. Um, it is like impressive to shoot a 900. So they should be on their knees begging you to participate in the finals, in my opinion. Um, but if you were to shoot a 900, my proposition is it's 4 grand that you get, give up half, that's your entry, because it's what pros get. It's like 700, roughly $700, 650 ish. Um, oh, you didn't shoot on the pro line, blah blah blah. Okay, give up half, and I don't know how much it is for like the bottom place that you'd get, but okay, maybe you can only take back 1,500 if you lose, kind of like a lucky dog if you lose. Like you don't gain anything extra, you just get your 15 or 200 or 1,500 to 2 grand back, and that's it. You know what I mean? You don't get anything extra, so that's my proposition. I think it makes sense, and it gives more incentive for amateurs to want to go because it's like, oh, okay, because like there's payouts, obviously, like payouts go deep, but for like the top amateurs, it's like, okay, well, I go and shoot 900, and realistically,
so
like
so like it's an option. Like if you shoot a 900 in the flight
option,
division, you can
you don't have to.
opt you can opt to go into the shoot off for
Yep,
a fee,
yep,
or for the entry you'd have to pay the extra entry fee. Basically
yeah,
you'd have to pay,
exactly.
which they'd probably look at them and say, well, you have to pay the late fee, but obviously you already paid an entry fee for the flights. you
That's
know
that's where that
we can take it out of your, like what you said, we can take it out of your 4 grand that you won, or you just take your 4 grand and you just
That's
go home.
exactly. So you can either take the 4 grand right out, or you can get the recognition, you can get the walkout, you get the lucky dog, and then you get the introduction of, I would call it like a wild card kind of thing, because that's kind of what it is. It's kind of similar to how Kings of Archery does it in Europe, where it's like a random guy in the bracket in the ballpark,
Goodness.
and then it's like a wild card or whatever, and then you would say, okay, you won 4 grand entry fee or whatever. It's either 1,500 you get back or 2 grand, whatever the price, whatever you get back, or you would get the 50, whatever it is this year, 55, 54, whatever it is now. So,
I think they just kept capped it at 50. I thought.
um, I think that would be cool, and I know it's not meant to be a amateur thing anymore, but you know, if you want to keep the sport growing, you have to make changes, and you can't just make changes for pros. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, and
What
the
you trying
best.
to say, man? What you trying to say?
Oh no, I'm being honest. You know, the best way to start is the 10K a day. Honestly, that's the easiest way to do it because
Right.
it's
Yeah.
not a crazy fee. It shouldn't piss off a bunch of pros. Um,
No.
and it's it's not that crazy because like
Well, it opens up to everybody in like what you said. It's if you want more money, you're getting more money out of the
exactly.
amateurs being able to,
Yeah,
pay the $50 fee for it. So,
yeah,
I mean, in my mind, it would be a win-win.
yeah.
And here's the thing: if you're good enough to win the 10K a day, you deserve that payout. Like
Mm-hmm.
you got to shoot inside out baby X's.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, if an amateur was to do that, that's awesome. Not saying that amateurs can't shoot. I'm just saying like that would be awesome for everybody to have a chance at possibly winning that 10K a day. Ten
Perfect.
thousand dollars is a lot of money and could change anybody's life.
Yeah, I have a
You
perfect
know,
example. Um, Parker Baker. He won Lancaster 2 years ago in Open men's amateur, and then he also won Vegas. He shot 900 with like 85 X's or 86 X's. He shot
dang.
like a 29X the first day. Why should he not be allowed in 10K? You know what I mean? He clearly can shoot with those guys, like with the guys. Why should he not be allowed? And then he shot a 28X the next day. It's like why is he not allowed to participate?
Yeah,
So obviously, like you don't want to see the guys that are 300 with like 10 X's, but 300 to 300 at the end of the day. But
right.
which I still find that impressive because I don't know how the hell you do that. um, but still, it's like you're still gaining extra $50 each registration. So
Right. So yeah, I I agree. We touched on those two topics.
I'm waiting for the vote to come in of me running NFAA. So we'll hear back soon.
Changes coming soon. Um, but yeah, I mean, I'm pretty excited for it. I
Yeah, how
wouldn't
are you
have. Oh,
feeling? I know you made a tiny change. Um, he's going to his hinge, folks. Oh, sorry.
no,
He's
so
using his
made it.
running.
Yeah, I'm using that Divide 31, for 6-inch brace height, short stabs. Um, so had to make a little slight change. I know I said I was committing to the hinge, but I just I just couldn't. I need more time behind it, probably in the off season. So pretty much I've been searching for right now a release that is consistent with my shot process. I'm a command shooter. I have been for since 2023. So 3 years I've been command shooting. I've gone back and forth between my thumb button and a wrist strap. Um, this is the OG, as I call it, the True Ball Execute. Love this thing. I've had this thing since 2020. Um, and I just I think it was Friday or Thursday. I was talking to a friend of mine, and I just told him, I said I'm doing one last ditch effort to pull out my index, my wrist strap, and I'm gonna set up the bow to it, and I'm gonna shoot it, and I'm just gonna see how it feels. I didn't tune it fully. I just wanted to see how it felt. I was blank bailing, and it felt really, really good. my dot slowed way, way down because the hinge, it just was moving. I had no confidence. Same thing with my thumb. I tried to go back into a pull and squeeze with my thumb instead of punching it. Way too much movement. I wasn't confident when it was going to break. I kept shooting um, nines and just left and right and just, a whole bunch of stuff. And that'll bring your confidence from here down to rock bottom real quick. So my last ditch effort um, with myself, because it's, I know how we love to blame it on the equipment, but it's not always the equipment's fault. Um, and I have no excuses because the bow shooting phenomenal. It's just I'm not um, executing the way I want to execute. So pulling this thing out, um, no pun intended, execute the way I want to execute. um, so pretty
That's
much
so,
tuned it up tonight.
that's so
I
bad.
know, I know. That's why I laughed. Um, Sorry for my sense of humor, but it just feels really good. Shot a 27x game with it when it wasn't really that tuned, so tuned it up. Um, got my bar position changed up a little bit. Just kicking the back bar in and down a little bit more so it kind of sits back into my hand a little bit because with the wrist strap, your pull point or your pressure point, basically, I should say, on your draw is back farther. So I'm able to have more pressure when I go to punch it, basically. So had to do some paper tuning with it, shooting bullet holes. So getting that bar position to sit back into my hand a little bit more allows for that shot to incorporate going forward. So a lot more than just sitting there, just generic like a hunting bow where your arm barely moves and it doesn't go that way. It just sits there. So, um, so yeah, we're gonna run with the wrist strap for Vegas, and we're gonna see pretty much what happens. My confidence is back up just because the shots are feeling really good. It's just I got to sight in and just kind of build the shot process again because I haven't shot a hinge in, or sorry, not a hinge. I haven't shot a wrist strap in a while. I want to say it's been about a year since I've stopped shooting a wrist strap. So kind of, and it's like a bicycle. It's like riding a bike. So it's coming back really quickly. It just takes time. And I know I'm down to the wire right now because I literally only have tomorrow and Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So I only had 4 days left to practice before I actually hit Vegas. And then it's like, okay, it's time to lock in. It's time to shoot. So, um, and 4 days might seem like a lot of time, but if you have something that you're just not that you're trying to work on,
It's not.
it's not enough
It's not a
time
lot.
whatsoever. And I kind of wish I would have grabbed my wrist strap a couple weeks ago when I thought about it. um, but yeah, no, I'm feeling good. We're gonna go out with no expectations. I kind of did that the 2024 when I did make the Vegas shoot down. I didn't go in with any expectations. I just went in to just shoot my shot, and I ended up making it. So I'm going in with the same headspace this year. Is just gonna shoot my shot, and if it's good enough, I'll make the shoot off. If it's not, then I just know what I need to work on for next year. So we're gonna keep our head above water, and we're just gonna be positive about it. And basically, it's not in my hands at that point. It's just going with my going with my process. So yeah, feeling good. Just gonna shoot, like I said.
Oh yeah,
So,
buddy. That's all you can do,
but
man.
I think that about wraps it up with me finishing talking about Vegas and
Yeah,
everything. So yeah, we tried to be a little bit shorter tonight, but that didn't happen.
it never happens.
It never does. We get on a topic and um,
I had my mini
we just
rant
go
that
off.
I typically have per episode, so
Well, hey, whatever helps with your therapy on your mini rants, you know.
much, much appreciated.
I'm kidding,
Guys,
folks.
guys, guys.
He is not in therapy. He does not have issues. I That was a joke.
Well, I need to come. I need to be honest. This isn't actually a podcast. This is my actual therapy session. This is the intention of
Forgive me, Father, though I have sinned.
it. Jacob is actually a therapist, and this is my therapy session.
Licensed therapist. So drop me a comment. I'll get in touch with you. No, I'm kidding. I do not contact me for any
Hey,
therapy
no, believe it or
at
not,
all.
all right, believe it or not, there's a Family Guy episode about Cleveland being a fake therapist. So it does work.
I'm gonna have to look that up because I have
It's a
not seen
funny
that.
episode. It's a real. I
But
think
yeah,
I think real quick, the episode is like he's in a
oh
strip
God.
mall, and the title the uh, name of the place is like the unlicensed therapist is the name of his therapy place. It's really funny. So just recommend
No.
that episode. But
We're
anyway,
recommending everything here today.
oh yeah,
Don't drink that whatever he was drinking. Watch Family Guy and go to Vegas. Yeah.
even though we complained about it for like 45 minutes.
Even though we complained about it. But we
We'll
just
get
wanted
on
to
it.
bring you
Good time.
guys yeah, we just wanted to bring you guys the raw, unedited, and just kind of telling you guys like what our personal experiences were. Um and we hope this was informative. We hope that it was helpful. This is mainly us talking about archery. If you guys have any other topics that you'd like us to cover on our season update episodes, hit us up. Let us know. Give us some ideas. Um, there's only so much we can talk about setup wise and tuning wise. So we not saying we're running out of topics. Just it. If you have something that you particularly want us to cover, we're all ears. And
We're
we
desperate.
hope. Yeah, no, we're not desperate. Um, we do have a couple episodes going on here shortly. We have our another guest that's coming on. That I will be in contact with in Vegas. Um, but look out for that episode. It's going to be a really good episode with one of the greats. Uh, I should say one of the great up and comers. Not going to name names because we're going to do a spotlight post on the Wednesday before,
It's me.
which Mr. Matt Burns does all that. So I appreciate him for taking care of that side of the podcast.
It's me.
But yes,
I'm the up
look
and coming.
into you are an up and comer.
No, I'm kidding. It's not
Um,
me. I promise it's not me.
but
It's someone way better than I am.
yeah, he's way better than I am too. But yeah, I say he's an up and comer, but he's very great guy, and we're excited to have him on the podcast. Not to talk him up too much. I don't want his head to swell too much. He might not fit through the door. But he's a very humble guy. I know him personally. Traveled with him quite a bit, and it's going to be really cool to have him kind of talk about his resume and kind of what he's been up to as far as the season, especially. I want to hear how he did in Benning. So, but yeah, forward to having you guys join us for that episode. Matt, close us out, buddy. What you got for the people?
The people. Oh man, what do you mean? Don't drink that shitty ass drink. That's all I got, man. Save yourselves.
Well, guys, we're gonna close this out. Stay hungry. Always go for the extra mile. Be happy, not satisfied. Always, always, always go that extra little bit to be better. And we will, guys, we'll catch you on the next one.